Hi guys, my name's Karen Green and I've been a personal trainer for 17 years. I've done lots of body transformations with my clients and I've also transformed myself. I've got 2 young kids and I love being in the fitness industry. It keeps me on my toes, as do my kids. Today I want to address the myth that fruit makes you fat. Obviously anything with sugar and eating it too much will make you fat, but essentially fruit does not make you fat. Eating lots of crap and not moving your body is what actually makes you fat. So although fruit is quite high in sugar, it's still filled with underconsumed vitamins and nutrients that we just can't get from many other food sources. So important nutrients like potassium, fiber, vitamin C, folate, these are all really important things that we need to keep in our diet. So we need to keep fruit in our diet, and it's about having it in moderation. Fruit can also reduce the risk of chronic diseases like heart disease, bowel cancer, and also helps to lower cholesterol levels. So it's important to keep a range of fruits in your diet. Fruits can also help to maintain healthy bowel movement. So gut health and avoid a bit of constipation is also a bonus when you're eating fruit. Too much fruit can lead to a buildup of that visceral fat around our bellies. So obviously you don't want to be eating too much fruit where it's actually going to be sitting in your stomach, especially late at night, and you're not moving to burn that sugar that you've just consumed. So as I say, it's about the timing of the fruit and it's also about the quantity of the fruit. I've touched on the timing where you want to try to limit fruit at night. It's best to start it in the mornings, and that's why a lot of people will have a smoothie or a fruit salad with yogurt and muesli, dried fruit. That sort of breakfast is a great start to the day, giving you a boost of sugar. Be careful when I do mention smoothies though, because often you could put in a lot more quantity than you actually need for your daily recommended intake. So the daily recommended intake for the average person, somewhere between 2 servings to 6 servings. And by servings, I mean cups of fruit. So if you actually chop up the apple and fit it into a cup, that would be 1 serving. So 2 to 6 servings, and that's depending on how active you are, what your body needs to fuel the day. So somebody like me who's teaching 5 fitness classes a week, but also weight training 4 times a week, I could probably afford to have a little bit more fruit than the average person who has a sedentary day job or is not active playing any sports or the like. So the fruits that are high in sugar are things like pineapple, mango, banana, and especially dried fruits. As I mentioned, they're packed with sugar because you can imagine the fruits being condensed and there is a lot of sugar in those. So be careful not to overdo it when you're eating dried fruit, which can be a little bit moreish. Moderate fruits are considered to be the winter fruits like the apples, the pears, the oranges, and the lowest range of sugar in fruits are the berries, which are also really high in antioxidants. You've got melons, peaches, nectarines, and the like. So those are more the summer fruits. Look it up. There's lots of information on Google and YouTube, so you can do your own research and make a plan to suit your diet. For me personally, as I mentioned, I'm very active. I don't actually eat a lot of fruit in my diet, and that's because I feel like I have an intolerance. It's not something that I've looked into, but that's my body and I know how my body works. So when I have too much fruit, obviously you will notice as well if you have too much fruit that you do get a sore stomach and possibly bloat. So I limit the amount of fruit that I have, but I do try to vary it from time to time. I like to have berries. I make a beautiful banana bread, which is super, super healthy. Let me know if you want the recipe. And I put some berries on top, and obviously there's banana in there as well. When I make breakfast, I'll often use banana for my oat pancakes. I'll often have a piece of apple here and there, some orange here and there, but I'm not a big fruit eater, and that's just my personal preference and how my body works. So remember not to compare yourself to anybody else. Do what's right for you, but make sure that you maintain the healthy balance of what you're eating. With my clients, I also recommend, obviously that same information that I'm telling you now, is to make sure that you're having your fruit early in the morning. By 2 p.m. I recommend to my clients not to be touching fruit after 2 p.m. Quite a common thing is for people to have fruit for dessert. So they think they're not having a cake, they're going to have some fruit, something sweet. But you've got to remember that that fruit at the end of the day is actually going to be sitting in your stomach. You're not burning much energy at night, most of us, I should say. I speak for myself, Karen. But if you know that you're not going to be moving too much at night, then don't eat fruit in the evening, because it does just sit there. And again, talking about that visceral fat around the belly, that's where the big build-up is. So limiting the fruit that you eat in the evening, but otherwise have a variety of fruit, enjoy your fruit, don't overdo it, everything in moderation. I don't believe in cutting out any food groups from your diet. There are food groups that you will have maybe once a week, for example, the cakes and those other types of sweets, which I love to have. I really look forward to that once a week, but that's a whole nother topic of conversation. So comment below, let me know what you'd like me to talk about next, but I hope that this has been informative for you, and I hope to see you guys soon. Thanks for supporting my channel.